Okay, we're live. Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia. You know what? We'll call it what it is. One of the traders. I happen to be a little bit older. How about that? At TradeView Markets. It is Fed Day, March 16th, a little after 11 Eastern. And for those, look, first of all, I'm going to get down to it. And we're not going to do any fundamentals today because for those that have been with us on a regular basis, per se, we're going to get right into trading. And that's why, you know what, let me sign into TradeGATEHub, TradeView Market site, go over it. I mean, let's go over it. We're happen to be this tab right here, TradeGATEHub. I'll sign in just like everybody else's process I have in the morning. Look at PDD. Okay. All right. Now, we created the YouTube channel for a reason. Let me go back here. I don't want to see. Actually, you know what? Go back to, you know what? Let me show you the YouTube channel. Hold on. I type with my fingers still like that. Shit. Okay. Here's our channel. Where's the freaking channel? Here's our channel. Okay. Now we created the channel to create a track record, if you will. Go back. We do a couple a day, at least two a day. Coach has had some great guests on. Coach is really the guy that brings the guests to the table as well as the content, obviously. But we created the channel for a reason, and that's to go through our process. You know, it's almost the analogous if you want to take up golf and you you know, it's, some people can just go right out and hit balls or whatever, but you watch some videos and then you eventually acclimate or go further to getting on the range. So our videos are there for a reason. It's to get you familiar with our process. And I say it all the time. So when it comes down to execution and game day, we can just get down to it. And that's what my point being is when we started this, I'm going to reward the regular guys here and get right back to what's going on today. So let me go back into TradeGATEHub. Hold on, make sure I'm sharing properly because when I change screens, okay. This is the routine. And one thing I can pride myself on and edified by going back in the videos, the data that I provide or put out is pretty much in order, give or take, depending on the day. Mondays, as I always said, is the busiest day. Watch the videos. It's a refresher, Mike Santoli, about what's going on for the day, and it just you know, you do this with a passion every day. You don't need much to get whatever type of memory you need going to get ready for the day and to do the two most important things. I'm staring at the same screen basically for 26 years. So for me, it's focus and having a plan. I know what to do. So that's tantamount, if you will, getting right now. Okay. So market sentiment is something we get. Listen, the video is even more tantamount than with the point that I'm trying to making this morning, because you know, it's just not, I don't just turn the computer on, and some people do it very well at whatever 9 o'clock or 8:30 and just be very you know, straightforward and don't care. You know, I like the story is a rolling story, if you will, especially these days with first of all, the markets, even VIX futures trading 24/7, as well as the majority of financial instruments. You got to know what's going on because you're going to get edged out. You know what I mean? You can't put this type of money to work and expect to not and to just to wing it. So go through the process. Okay. So let me show my main screen and see what happened today. When I said the date, which is Fed Day, it's because there was. Let me go to the chart on the. Let's go to the chart on the SPYs, if you will, long term. Okay, the market's been weak. Yesterday was a nice day. There's the channel on the SPYs, basically. Yesterday was a nice day that finished basically on the highs. The market, as you can see, was very, you know, it was basically on the precipice of breaking down before yesterday morning. It very easily could have gone the other way. And Coach was saying in the videos, rightfully so all week, the chart on Apple, by the way, right now is the big daddy. It's an indicator of a lot of things right now. Some people even consider it a safe haven. It's pays such a high dividend. It's a bank. It doesn't even move that much. I mean, that's that's a decent move for Apple going to 185 to 150, but nothing compared to for Square going from 300 to 100, or Roku, pardon, going from 500 to 100, or how about this one recently? Shopify, 1,800 to 500. That was cutting a third. My lord. So Apple right now, as we've been talking about all through the videos, please go through the videos, even yesterday. That could have went either way, and the indicators were showing from a short term. And listen, this is just one particular day. There's always another trade. It just happens to be what March 16th, and this is a scenario that's playing out. I took advantage of the scenario because I've been doing it for some time, and sometimes the market does have a memory. And when there's a lot of macro money involved, and although there's no real plan for nuclear, as we said before, getting back specifically on the 16th in 2022, a lot of trading signs that we always, I don't want to say preach, but that got us here are price action, volume, and in a range. And certainly a lot of these stocks yesterday going into today, you go to the SPYs, it doesn't matter what the date is or what the day. It had good, the SPYs had good ranges yesterday and coming into volume, and here we are. So the levels I post every day are according to a plan that I have on, look at ES, on TradeGATEHub. And even specifically with this time frame and this date, we've been very tactical through a range. So getting back to what happened specifically today and getting back to charts, the market happened to follow through. There was good news out of China. And on top of that, it seems like Putin at this point in time seems to, seems to abate a little bit on what he's thinking. Okay, so the market had two phases today. China. Okay, let me go. I have to go back to TradeGATEHub because this is a trading lesson. TradeGATEHub right here was yesterday. Let me give you the same stocks from yesterday morning. And this is a perfect example of relative strength. Going back, and trust me, this was my point yesterday AM. This was 1 day ago. Let me just make, these are the China stocks when the Hang Seng was down 6%, and in the morning, the market was down about 10, 15 handles, giddy up. And this was when the market kind of started to show life a little bit. I can't stress more enough that these stocks were positive when the market was somewhat strong. So the market overrode. The reason why I didn't take more of these China stocks overnight, because it was implied that the Hang Seng would bounce overnight. It happened to be halt up 20% at one point. I thought that they maybe would stall a little bit, and I'd have it dip to buy in as evidence in the chart that I'll bring up in a second. But you know what I mean? I don't want to say beggars can't be choosers because there was advanced trade that we capitalized on, but the reason why some of these China stocks are 30% is because no one really completely expected it to. If they saw the move coming, they wouldn't have been up that much. You know what I mean? It also happens to do about options expiration. So here was JD, and here was BABA, here was BLI, and here was SC. That's what they were yesterday at 10 o'clock. So my point yesterday was saying, this is capitulation on PDD. Let me make sure I'm showing the right thing. Because this is the PDD yesterday morning at 10 o'clock, 10:30, let's say, at 2 times its volume. The stock was 23.21 to 26. Okay. So PDD, as I don't care what they make, they can make widgets. As of 10:30, now you have to be aware of the charts and focus and have a plan. This all comes into play naturally. And I'm not the only one that brought this up. Obviously, a stock that's traded 2 times its volume in an hour of trading, I'm not the only one that makes this philosophy up. So it's at a $3 range. It's already reversed red to green on a day. It's showing huge relative strength. PDD is a Chinese stock that's positive, as was positive as the Hang Seng was still down 6%. So I pointed out yesterday, granted, I didn't think they'd be up 40%, or else I would have really gone heavily, is this. You might be right, Lewis. We'll get into that, Lewis. Good questions, Lewis. Let me just hold on. Let me finish like I said, on this PDD, the point of capitulation, It could be CF. It could be a Chevron. It's, what did I do with the chart? I think I posted the chart. You know what? Let's go over the chart. Here's PDD. That was what they were doing yesterday. Here they are now. PDD is 39. Well, here's a BABA right now. BABA yesterday morning, it was 77. Now it's 94. SC or PDD was 26. Let me keep showing here. PDD. I'm actually short a little bit now. Was it getting even in it? I'm short a little PDD from 38.70. PDD, I don't know why it's saying that. It doesn't include, first of all, let me show today's trades and show outside regular hours, Lewis, to let you know that it is 4 o'clock trading. So I did come in with PDD long, and I sold some of it this morning at 35, maybe 36, 37. Yeah, I agree. So PDD, that's why we traded the range. I shorted a little bit. What else did I come in? BABA. This was another example. Look at the volume in BABA the last 2 days. So the last time you can even say that BABA had good volume here. In a similar scenario, here's the volume on BABA. Let me take off this thing here. Same thing, 2-day volume, 2-day volume. BABA the day before had huge volume breaking multi lows. The huge day before green red bar on BABA breaking multi-day lows. BABA, the huge biggest volume it did all year, finishes on the high. BABA, the biggest volume it does all year, finishes on the high. BABA the next day goes from 163 to 174. BABA the next day goes from 83. It's the same thing. So, I mean, I'm not splitting the atom here, and maybe you have to wait 6 months, but when you make, good 6 figures on a trade, that's good. By the way, that doesn't read, the top right doesn't reflect this pre-open, trust me. In the fund, I had a lot of it. I'll show you. Okay, so that's BABA. All right, let's go back to TradeGATEHub. That's the form of capitulation. What else? Let me go back. Okay, let me. So after the Putin news, the rotation on what's been keeping the rotation worked perfectly. How about the ag stocks? I saw this. I'll show you what I did. Zim was one of these storage stocks for oil. So this is parabolic with volume. It is. The RSI was in the 80s. So today I believe I did. What did I do? So let's take off the pre-market shorts, the pre-market open. So I know Zim was one of these cyclical trades, if you will. So I started shorting it at 89 and I covered it at what? 86. That's $3. What I should have shorted was the ags, because CF, once it went negative, CF had a range of 97 to 88. There's a $10 range, Lewis. See this? You got to short these things when they're down. Look at the chart on CF now. That's when you have to short them. Coach would edify that. Moss, same thing. Now that's broken. This might even break the channel. That's the easier money, Lewis. I know you and I and everybody tries to do it here. But right here, this was the time to do it, 63, when it never made a higher high on volume. But even looking for clues on what the market was doing, MOS went from 59 to 55. So then I look at the other things. What did ADM do? Something similar. I look at all the sectors and all the groups in the sector. And the oil did the same thing. Obviously, gold reversed the same way. Airlines have been acting well. Win, look at Win, Zillow, Lebu. Hope you're in it, Lewis. What else was PDD? They're killing in us. JD, I could have covered this thing. Path. Now, what am I going to do in Path? I'm selling some Path here. I sold some Path at 26 because I had to take some off. Here's Path now. Now I think with the volume that Path did, Lewis, I know you might ask me about this. It's doing volume, and it might have. First of all, I like the fact that it's above the 8-day. Let's look at the weekly on Path. I think I like it's taking out, if you will, 1 month lows. So let's look what I have on Path. On Path, I still have Path. I have these options. Path. I have these. These are the options I have on 50. Look at PDD is even breaking high. Look at PDD. See, the reason why I shorted JD I believe that 60 was a big option price. I thought it would take out the stops on JD, which by the way, it did. I'm just trying to trade. One of my first trades on JD short, and I'm not married to the trade, I'll probably get out of it, was exactly right here. Let's look at JD, what it's done the past couple of days. Right away, I'm gonna get out of it. It's a trade. So the stock has gone from 42, and then I thought it hit resistance at 60. And it's resistance right here. It might go through it, but it's a trade. So I'm thinking that JD was taking, everybody has stops to take out JD. It's a major, obviously thick stock. It hits through the 60 stops everybody has, and then maybe goes to like 60, 30, 60. So I started shorting it here, like 60, 56. And then I covered some at 58.20. It was $1.40, whatever. And it wasn't acting that weak. And I tried to get out of all of it. Now I'm only short 1,200. PDD now. I'm short 1,600 PDD from an average price of what, 38.5. Let me go to the videotape. I'm going to get out of this. Let me take off my charts here. I'm just trading it. Maybe I should have added to my winner, but I didn't think the stock was going to go up 50, 60% in 2 days, but it does. And it did. Now I hope it tested the 40. That's a big strike price. PDD, same thing. And maybe it pulls back. I'll try to get out of it unchanged. And maybe I'll keep a little bit, but it's not going to go back down. I think the stock's made its move, and people are trying to either cover or buy it. And I'll look at how Bob is doing, because that is the best of breed. And I'll also look how Abaidu is doing. That's the best of breed. All right. And I'll also look how the thin ones are doing, like BEKE. Look at this move. That showed signs of a bottoming too. 8 to 14, doubled in 2 days. Nice move. So BEKE, I should have done it with BEKD, do the 15. Now, once it breaks the open of 14, then we might have something going back from maybe 14 to 12. I mean, these stocks are moving. It's out of volume. I'm trading in it. Maybe I shouldn't have shorted the better of breeds, which is JD and Baba. But this stock has 70, hold on. BEKE has 79 million shares at an average of 12 million. That's mind-boggling. Any other questions? So we're trying to trade it. Now, there's also FOMO here. You got to pick your sectors. Here are all the tech stocks. Now, TDD, I did take some, I took a little bit of losses when it's, at 60, which is the other reason for an option price. SoFi acted well, got the downgrade, right? Lewis, you saw that today, got downgraded. The stock acted well on the downgrade. Once it went positive on a downgrade, that's what you do. Where's our BLI? Here comes Kathy again, BLI. Oh, by the way, BLI, those that are interested, substantial insider purchases. BLI. By the way, I've all said a million times they've been wrong on insider purchases, but Bob is breaking. They're all breaking high now. This YY I had overnight, I couldn't wait to sell it in the morning. I took a chance in the earnings. YY, I sold it. I made like I had 800 shares. I made like, what was it? $6. Now it's up 13. Any other questions? G-Man? Come on, guys. Lewis? Gerard? With your MU? You could have bought MU, right? Right through the opening print. The opening range breakout on MU. It does the dip. MU opened at 77, did the dip to 76, got the people profit taking. You're right again, Lewis. Lewis, go with the price action. You're right. You are right. It is amazing. But and the reason why stocks are up 40% is no one thought it. That's what makes it amazing. Look at CF breaking low. All right, now let's 67. JD, you're killing me. BLI making a move. Overstock. Nutella was up 10. What was I supposed to do with Nutella? I had to take some off 67, right? Stock was 55 $2 ago. We're up $14 on it. AI, FVRR, GLBE. These are all the stocks we have to see. PDD, we're going to short more JD. Short more JD. Market, how you doing? PDD, sell 100 PBD. We'll short more. No, we won't short more. It's up 48%. We're not going to short more. Overstock. Let's look. Continue. XPEV. XPEV is up 27%. Roblox. You asked me yesterday, Lewis. We could have Roblox on sale. roadblocks in 2 days, 36 to 41. How about Unity Software? The rotation's good here. The stocks are doing what they should do, but you know what? The Fed meeting starts. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little profit taking. How about S? You want to talk about a stock rallying, taking good news, bad news, and acting well. This stock today, this morning, chart parameters show in the morning, S had earnings, Sentinel-1. Mo, you should know this. Stock was $30 this morning on earnings, 30 on volume. Now it's 36. And once it took out that it's never made a new low. Well, I can't get into everything because I'm trying to process everything, but there's S, Sentinel-1. And there's NLOA, overstock, we're in it. I love overstock, I'm not gonna lie. But it has so much resistance here. It's got 3 resistances, the 80 day, the 8 day, the 20 day, and the 50 day. But if it goes above and rests it, but you know what? I need confirmation in something in order to add to overstock. Oh God. Okay, what else? Newmont, Fizzler, YY breaking high, JD, Path, BLI. Now everybody wants it. AI, YY is breaking high. NIO. What about NIO? No one wanted it yesterday, Lewis. Look at the volume. 12 to 17. All right, so we got to focus. Okay, so let's get back into what's going right now. What are we going to do going forward? Any other questions? Let me get back to my main page so you all can see. Okay, the main page. Let's look what they're doing. Ukraine and Russia dropped New Will. Okay. SPY bullish. That was an hour ago. JD.com. Sweeps going hard. Marna. Probably shorting it. No, they're long it. FINV. SPY bearish. CF. There you go. Ag. Am I sharing this correctly? Value added at TradeGATEHub. CF. I told you that's part of the rotation. CF Ag play has been hefty buying on the way up. Repeat June dip buyer here now. So FXE, IQ bullish. Put and call ratios are coming back to reality. Okay, CAN bullish, Path bearish. Somebody's doing what? I feel bad for that guy. RBLX bearish. Okay, let's go back to this. 1 second. TradeView Markets, TradeGATEHub. Let's go back to what's moving. Just that's most important. PDB, I got my eye on you. Overstock breaking high. Oh my God. Label Lewis. If you're not in it, I'm going to be upset. Matter of fact, if I'm going to be on probation if you're not in label. You're going to be on TradeGATEHub probation. And believe me, that's the worst type of probation you could be on. Hold on. Let me get to the moving page. Get down to business. I'm freaking psyched here again. Okay, top list. Let's share. Gerard, you're on here. Austria, doesn't matter where you are, it's no excuse. Who's on? It is, Lewis, it is follow. No, Lewis, it is. Don't make it more difficult than it is, Lewis. It's with these channels in the VIX. You know, just focus on a couple of things. Once again, I don't want to, be dramatic, but maybe I'm proud of you, Lewis. You're really turning the corner. Just, trade into these channels and be aware of what's going on. It's like, that movie Top Gun. Again, I'll use a cheesy, a cliche analogy. It's like whenever you see them in the cockpit, they have those radars that go like this, and when all 3 come together, it turns red, and they lock it. And the guy goes fire. I do the same thing. When something's on the upper end of the channel and something might be looking like it's topping out or near some strike price, and the market look like, make a play on it. Same thing. If there's a level on the bottom, the stock look like it's acting well and not going down, and it's in a good group, block some in and trade it. So getting back, what's going on now? I'll tell you, there's not enough. Okay, what's near look at the KC. That's a Chinese stock near the high. 500% volume as of 2 hours. Okay, ZH, another one. YY, I couldn't wait to sell it like a piker. GDS, it's up 11. Oh, Lord. Look at GDS. I was on this. Look at GDS. I'll show you here. I was on this on TradeGATEHub yesterday, trying to bid for it at 18. Now it's 36, 20 to 35. We might have some live trading here at the TradeGATEHub. I'll go to the weekly. No. If I want to think about shorting, it's got a little bit more. It's just a GDS. Now you should be saying, why am I not thinking about buying it on a dip? It's a crowded trade right now. KC earnings next week. Lewis, that's the worst to breed. You know what? KC, you know, we might do it. We might do it, Lewis, KC. We never know. I mean, it's been, the thing about KC, as you can see in the chart, it's been the dog the whole time. It's never been any good. What else has earnings? We'll have to see whether the Chinese stocks have earnings. Why doesn't something like, what's a good China stock I like? Well, how about Billy? Oh, that says resistance. That's not even a good one. You know what the real one is? And I sold one of my most confident positions was SE because it's not China related. But the reason why it didn't pop as much is because it's not China related. Are you guys sharing the screen? I'll get it right, guys, I promise. So I know about KC, but listen, with these China stocks now, you have to do research. The middle, you know, like the middle ones are not going to be the ones to go. It's going to be either the best of breeds, because if the earnings are bad, at least you're going to have a floor there for the next time when the China acts good. You know, people are going to go to the best of breeds, or you go to the worst of breeds, the one with the highest short volume. So, you know, you don't try to be cute and go, the middle ones never work. Just like these middle oil ones never worked. I don't think even Rig made that big of a move, did it? 350 to 550 or whatever, but it came back down like that. You always want to buy either Exxon or NBR or the high spec ones. You know what I mean? Those types. But KC, I don't like. It doesn't mean it's not going to work. API, P Diddy wouldn't do it. Was PDD. PDD needs to break 40. Because PDD is not breaking. It's not going to break. You know what? Look at the RSI. It's not even that overbought. So I don't know why I'm trying to be a hero here. I might even get out of it. 72 JDD, same thing, was path. Overstock, BLI, Marna's breaking high. They're all breaking high. Lucid, SoFi, TTD, PDD. That's stupid. That's a stupid trade. But Path is not a stupid trade. Bob is not. Look at Baba going higher. Lebu, AUPH, Bros, DraftKings. Look at the move in DraftKings. Now, what I'm learning here is that it's really dealers buying back the calls to run them up. They don't want to be exposed here, and they're right. Coin had broken a year low yesterday, did the same thing. P Diddy, JD, where's JD? JD. The stock's up $15, and I'm down what? $1,700 on it. I'll have no problem with that. The stock's moving from, it's down it's moved $18, and I'm down $1,700. I'll take it. I have 1,300 shares short. 1,300 is a bad number. I don't like that number. So what we'll do is we'll short another 100 JD. Live trading here. Path, AI breaking high, Riven breaking higher. Look at Riven. They did the same thing with this one. There was the same pattern. Riven. Lewis, any questions? Riven going higher now. Whenever they make that spike up, they rest and they go back higher. Riven. Let me go back to this page. Let's go back to the low floaters. Okay, low floaters. Coals moving up. Pins moving up big. Data. Here's one, Francis. Data might not be bad, the China one. Data. Look at that. Hold on. This is the money. This is in a day like this. This is the money page. Biggest gainers with large range. Here's the volume, and here's the position with the range. And what I also like here, if you blow it up, volume in the last 10 minutes and change in the last 10 minutes. See KC? KC has moved down 2.5% on heavy volume in the last 10 minutes. So this is what I do. I go to the chart. What's going on with KC since it's moved down 2%, which by the way, when it's up 40% isn't even that big of a deal. But it might, KC, you don't want it to break this, this blocker here at 568. So let me go down there. So I see KC is moving down a little bit. So what's moving up in the last 10 minutes? Coles is flying. Look, okay, so this is what I see with Coles. What happened with Coles? Thank God we're not shorted. Coles just went from 57 to 62 on major news. Okay, what happened with Coles? You can see this live trading here. Let's see what the news is on Coles. Sycamore pays, then we're going to pay as much as $60 for Coles. So naturally, I see this Macy's. Then I see Dillard's department stores. DDS probably went up $20. Heavily shorted. DDS didn't even go up yet. DDS should go. I don't know why Dillard's didn't go up yet. Paper trade 280. Urban. Well, these are the box. Nordstrom's the other one, obviously. So the box, they're taking up the box. So there you go. There's major news again helping prop up the market. So Coles is moving. Live trading here. This should be a tutorial. So Coles is moving up huge. Data, YY, AFRM. Nobody wanted it yesterday. Now it's up 4. AFRM. Got to stick your neck out. It doesn't look like it much, but it's 25 to 32. Coles. Okay. YY's moving up. GFS. What's moving down the last 10 minutes? It'll show probably rotation. CCJ, correct. Oxy. So the largest range movers, JD and PDD, and I'm short a little of both of them. That's not a good example here. It's a horrible example. Overstock's not a bad example, though. If you want it from where I told you to get it, that's a good example. Okay, let's go back to my main page. You see what's going on, what I'm looking at. I'm going to have to sign off because I got a lot going on. Anybody have any other questions? MU, in semiconductor, Roku's up 12, apps. Could have bought that on this morning. It was only up $1, apps. And I didn't buy it. I says, well, apps is only up $1. It must be relatively weak, but I outthought myself on apps. RLX turbo breakup. KC back to a turbo breakup. Now KC's going up. There's a lot of news coming out now. KC turbo breakup. What else is going up here? RLX, they'd say, is going up. RLX flying. Colt YY ripping. These things are still going. PDD, JD, we're okay. Watch the JD for late. Watch it. Oh, they got up Robinhood. Robinhood is up $1.70. Now I know things have gotten out of hand. $1.70. Here's the chart on Robinhood. I wouldn't touch it with Tim's money. And I'm not. Riven. Lewis, talk to me. Come on, this is the time to get me. JBI. SGLI bearish. Let's change screens. Top list. I'm going overboard. Okay, these are all the stocks on the high. Take a screenshot. These are all the stocks on the low. Okay. These are the stocks with the heaviest volume. YY and PD. PDD got up 4 in the morning. Couldn't wait to sell it at 37. It was giddy. All right, we'll see. All right, everybody, I'll leave it at that. Let's finish with TradeGATEHub. Thank you for tuning in. Any more questions? It's a long day. Don't be guys. It's a long day, so I'll fill you in on my trades. Lewis, you got it? All right, cheers, guys. Have a good day.